Scorpion, what's going on, brother? How you been? Yeah, it's been snowing for maybe 2 hours, 3 hours maybe. What time is it? Five, two, three, four, five. I'd say 3 hours. And we already got like 3 inches. It started sticking right away. So I thought I'd pop on and hang out and say hello to everybody. David Carlisle, what's going on? Herman Ortiz, appreciate you guys stopping in. Probably not going to be live long. I just got kind of bored. Figured I'd come hang out with my friends. What y'all up to? Probably be dark here soon. You might not be able to see too much after about a half hour or so. Can you even see the snow? It is falling. Spokane, what's going on, brother? Only got a little here. Yeah, Scorpion. Where are you at in Virginia? Like the middle of Virginia? She was saying last night that the news was talking about 7 inches here. And then I heard something like a foot, but that was a few days back. So I don't know what I'm going to end up with. I know I had to get the snow shovel out and move about 3 inches of snow just to get out to the shed. Wanted to make a little trail. I hate when you step down into the snow and then that sticks to whatever it is you're trying to clean up later. It's always a pain in the butt. So I always take a shovel and make my way to wherever it is I'm going. Middle and North Carolina line. Oh, okay. No pours today. I tell you what I am working on though. I've got some leather snakeskin and I'm making some coin bags. So that should be fun. Now, I've never done anything like that before, so this could be a shit show, but I'm going to give it a go. I cut it out and I'm not sure if it's the right size yet. I did one that's kind of round at the bottom, like a half circle, and then one that's more square but rounds off on the corners. So I'm going to try those and see what happens, but I also don't have the right kind of, like I don't have any pins to hold it together. And I realized as soon as I tried to put the first needle through that I can't have it move at all. So I could put it in a vise. That's probably going to be the best thing to do is put it in a vise or just maybe take a bunch of pins and put in it and hold it together. But snakeskin is really cool looking. It's like a really cool looking leather. And I think that would be awesome to put coins in. So I might have that at the next auction. At least one or two of them. Bart, what's going on? Right now I only got about 3 inches, but it's supposed to snow, I think, throughout the night. Actually, I broke my tripod, so it's a little rough here, but you can see on that, it's about 3 inches. But Sam, what's happening? The worst is when someone drives in the driveway before shoveling. Yeah, I don't shovel my driveway. You know what I do? I shovel out to my truck, I get in my truck, and I drive back and forth about 80,000 times until it's all packed down. I got a gravel driveway, so shoveling it's kind of a pain in the butt anyway. And it's just better to drive on it. Then again, it does become kind of a sheet of ice. But usually in Maryland, around here, I'm kind of on the line where most of the time we get rain and every now and again we get snow. So, you know, it usually melts pretty quick. But this last snow we had, man, it took a while. I had snow for about a month. Spokane, what's going on? When's the next auction? Probably the Friday after next. If not that Friday, maybe the one after that. I don't know. I'm going to try to do it sometime soon. I've been slacking, man. I haven't got enough stuff done to really go for it. So I'm trying to get some more things done. Like I said, it's been snowing, or I've been clearing snow, or it's been cold as hell. Well, I guess that's kind of the opposite of cold, but you know what I'm saying. Ooh, hold on. I'll be right back. Man, what I cleared is already covered again. Got me a cappuccino. It's cold out here. I've had the heater going for a couple hours out here too, but now that the door's open, I'm not really holding too much heat. But yeah, that last snowstorm, man, we got like a foot, and it was around for about a month until probably a week ago when it rained. That usually doesn't happen around here. Usually 3 or 4 days, it's gone. Appreciate you guys stopping in though. Just wanted to say what's up and hang out for a little while. I wish it wasn't getting so dark, but I thought about doing this earlier and I started messing around doing some stuff, and then I realized, crap, it's almost dark. If I'm gonna do it, I better do it. So what are y'all getting into this weekend? See, I'm gonna try to make some of those snakeskin leather coin pouches. And then I got the praying hands. I might do another praying hands because I know there's a few people out there that want them. And then the alien spawn, I have one in silver and one in copper. So that's the first copper. That's a prototype. I tried to do a copper Griffin Lion bar, but man, that thing did not turn out great. I had to switch the fuel like mid heat, for lack of a better word. I was like in the middle of melting the copper down, and it was just getting down below 2, and I was like, man, let me change this out real quick. And I should have left it go for like another 5 minutes. So I think I poured it a little bit too early, and it just didn't turn out great. Most of it looks great, but right down the middle, you can tell it's just, I don't know. I need to get some more copper. I got a bunch of cans I've been saving up. Any kind of like soda can or any kind of can, really. I smash it, and I got a couple bags of those now. So I'm gonna take those up to the recycling place and see if they'll give me some copper. I just don't know if I can get pure copper from them. There is a refiner in Baltimore, Maryland. I haven't called them or checked the place out yet, but I did find that one day, so that was good to know. So I might have to reach out to them. I did get a package in from 3D Woodworks. He sent me some aluminum, which should be pretty easy to pour. It was some kind of real thick, like 1-inch thick aluminum line. And you know how they got the little aluminum pieces that all gets intertwined together? It was like that, a bunch of those pieces, cut into like 5-inch, maybe 4-inch pieces. So that should be easy to melt. I tried to do some aluminum and screwed up my my crucible, the #1 crucible. They just don't get hot enough, even with that. But I don't know. I didn't realize that the pop tops on soda cans, it must be some kind of aluminum alloy, because it just would not pour. All it did is got hot and stuck in the bottom of the crucible. And then I figured, well, let me try it in a cup because it's aluminum. It doesn't need to be that hot. I have one of those big cups. And all that did is melted it almost right away, but it never got to a point where it would pour. So I haven't had good luck with aluminum so far. So hopefully the stuff he sent will be a little bit easier to work with. We'll see. I'll try to show you. I can't really go down with this thing. I broke my tripod. So this is not gonna stay. Crap. Let me zoom first. Like you can see what happened. Now it's all pitted. So I don't even know if this is something I can try to use or what. I might try to fix it and put another layer in there, but maybe I can sand it down and then put another layer of borax in there. I don't really use the big ones. Like whenever I'm doing silver, that's what I use. The smaller one. And I have a real small one for gold. I do have 5 grams of gold. I think I'm going to try to do a bore. I might have that ready for the next auction. I just don't know if anybody's going to be interested in that because it's going to be expensive, especially with where gold is now. That's I mean, what a spot price would probably be in between $450 and $500. So, but you know, with gold, I can't do anything really tiny because really something like this is probably what I'm going to be using. And I can either try to do a bar like that or maybe a round like this one right here. Because if I try to do a gram, it's not going to be enough. Trying to do a like 2.5 grams, I'm nervous about that because I only have 5 grams. And I don't want it to be too short, you know what I mean? So I think 5 grams will fit in that pretty good, but we'll see what happens. I bought that shot when I bought like 100 ounces probably 2 years ago and just never tried to use it yet. I wish I had a nice strong torch to do it, but I'll probably put it into the gas furnace. And I have a little #1. Actually, it's a 0.5 crucible, kind of a smaller one. It's not round. It's almost like a 6-sided kind of deal to it. It's round on the inside, but the outside is not really round, if you've ever seen those before. Aluminum pours really well, but the lack of weight just isn't satisfying. Yeah. I wonder if I should have just kept putting more and more in there. You see, that's not really a whole lot, but you would think it would still pour. I don't know. Don't know much about aluminum. This is what happened on this one. You're not gonna be able to see, but the aluminum is stuck in there. It's like right here. And then I took this out and put it because it wouldn't get hot enough to melt, which is crazy. So I ended up putting it into the gas furnace, and what that did is warp. See how it's warped on the bottom right here? So this thing is pretty beat anyway. I couldn't believe it. Like putting it in the gas furnace, you would think that would be hot enough to melt and let it pour out, but it never did pour out. I've done aluminum before. I think these were cans. I think I took a bunch of cans and smashed them up and poured these little nuggets. A couple little things here. So I have tried it before and that worked out great, but that was like probably 3.5 years ago. I have no clue what I'm doing now. Casted versus extruded. Aluminum makes a huge difference. Car wheels are cast. 7 Stacks, hello, how you doing? Muscle Shell, what's happening? Appreciate you guys stopping in. I was showing everybody the ice storm. It's getting a little dark now, but figured I'd pop on and go live and see what you guys are into. Say hello to everybody. What do you guys think about? I posted the video, I don't know if anybody saw that, about Trump ordering the stoppage of pennies. He wants to have no more cents. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. Well, obviously, I know how I feel about that because I'm a collector and I like to search pennies. But, and then I heard today they were talking about you can cash in your pennies for nickels, But what's next? You know, once pennies go, then it'll be nickels. And somebody had commented, I don't know if it's true, I didn't look it up or anything, but somebody commented that it cost almost 12 cents to make a nickel. So, you know, I'm just worried about, there goes the penny. Then all of a sudden, there's the nickel. Then there's no more change. Then, well, we don't need dollars either. Let's just go digital. And that is not what I want to see happen. That scares me. And if you don't follow the rules, they can turn it off. Yeah, I mean, it definitely costs more to make them, but I don't want to see them go away. To be honest, I don't care about nickels so much. Keep the pennies and do away with the nickels. I'm happy with that. I mean, if it's almost 12 cents to make a nickel, that's way more waste anyway. Do away with the nickels and then just print more pennies. And I guess you're kind of getting back to the same spot. But I've got quite a few rolls. I probably have like 20 rolls I want to search. And in that video, I had a bunch of copper that I'd found. I always go through and pull the copper out. Anything 1982, you got to weigh it. Make sure it's 3.1 instead of 2.5. I need to go through all of those and make sure I don't have any errors, because I never did look for errors when it comes to that. I just find them and throw them in a pile. A lot of that was when I first started kind of doing this anyway. And yeah, I like to go through those and just kind of check them out. I've got some really nice, I came across a couple of really nice 1969s that are nice and red. Yeah, Canada got rid of their pennies, what, in 2000? And look where that's going. You know what I mean? Yeah, just think about all the pennies. Man, that stuff adds up. I mean, we might be paying thousands of dollars more every year for goods and services. You know, I've tried to search nickels before, and I never find anything. When I had a drawer back in the day, I would search through all the change. And I found like 2 or 3 war nickels in that time, but I tried to search them in rolls, and I never found anything, and it just got really boring to me. Dimes too. Never did find a silver dime. Never really found any. Well, I found some like weak strike kind of things, but that's really about it. Not too much when it comes to errors. So pennies and quarters are my thing when it comes to searching. I'd love to try to search half dollars, but my bank won't give me any. I asked them years ago. 2016, maybe 2012. You don't remember? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's been a while. I remember Big Red was talking about that one time. And every now and again, you will find a Canadian penny. Actually, the pennies I went through when I was making that video and putting everything on the desk, I came across some kind of penny. I'm trying to think of, it's like a sea animal. Like a 5-starred looking thing, whatever the hell that's called. Sea urchin? No, I don't know. I had one of those on it, but it was smaller than a penny. Barbados, maybe? I don't know. So I was talking earlier about making some, I have some snakeskin leather that I wanted to make coin bags out of. What do you guys think about that? I'm going to try to make one. And if I figure it out in a good way, I'll make a second one and maybe try to make a video of it. But I'll probably have at least one or two of those whenever I get around to doing this auction. I feel like you guys can't really see much now. Might as well come back in here. One thing's for sure, I can shut this door now. I had my gas furnace outside and I almost forgot to bring that thing in before it started snowing. It started to snow right as I was bringing it in. Uh-oh. Something's always dying around here. Yeah, it's just been so cold. And it's not fun pouring. It's like below freezing. I also don't like it when it's 100 degrees outside, so, you know, I guess I'd rather the cold than the heat. But things tend to just act a little funny sometimes. That's why I always heat the flasks up and everything. I always try to heat the mold up before I come out here. And then I'll even take a torch to it too, just to make sure it's staying nice and warm. Things start to get a little crazy if you pour molten metal into cold stuff. Especially if it's got moisture in it. So we try to stay away from that. But yeah, I got a couple videos I need to get to. Actually, everything that I sold in that last auction, I have video. Not every single thing, because there was a couple doubles. I try to just take one video if it's a bunch of the same thing. But I need to post those little shorts. So I got quite a few of those to post. So keep an eye out. Make sure you stop by for me. I'd appreciate it. And then I have a video of using this furnace for the first time, the 2 auto. And then I think I recorded making a piece. I got so many videos. I can even go back to 2022. Whenever those proof, was it 2022 or 2023? 2023, I think, when the proof Morgans came out. I got a proof Morgan and I got a proof Peace Dollar. And I had to send them back because they were ridiculous. That's in the way back. That's way back in the phone. But I did make a video of that. That's still my best viewed video, other than like live streams. But people like to see the coins that suck. I mean, there was like lint inside of the capsule. There were scratches on them. Like, they were terrible, both of them. So I ended up sending both of them back. That video, among others. I got a road rage video too I made. Somebody was doing some road rage in front of me and I was just sitting back recording the whole thing. And then the dude cut me off and flicked me off right at the end there. It was pretty funny. It was funny. He was like ready to get out at this other dude. He flicked me off and turned around. I was like, what? He didn't want none. He just kept driving. The dude he was trying to fight with, he was just one of those type of dudes. Like some old Indian dude he was trying to fight. He wasn't trying to fight me though. I can't stand those kind of people. Titan, what's going on? Did you get, I sent you a picture of that package that did go out yesterday. Yeah, Monday. In answer to the question you asked earlier, the Treasury Depot is under the president, and it would take a congressional veto to overturn anything that Donald does, and they ain't got the votes. Okay. Yeah, I was curious about that. SGT, what's going on? Appreciate you guys stopping in. Yavos Turan. Did I say that right? So, was there supposed to be a P there? Like, sup? What's that? Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. I realized when I took a picture of it that you couldn't see the actual tracking number, so I put the tracking number underneath the picture. So I want to make sure you know that. So what are you guys getting into this weekend? Anybody doing anything fun? Anything unusual? Anything that you do every weekend? SGT, I'm not melting anything. It was about to get dark, and I was like, I'm going to go live and just hang out with people for a little while before it gets dark, because I'm in the middle of a snowstorm again. It's too dark to really see it now, though. So I came into the shed. That's cool, Titan. We got something like that, too. She does, like with the mail. Not for my P.O. box. I should set that up. It's already so damn expensive, though, just to have a P.O. box. Between the P.O. box and stickers and freebies, it's expensive to have a channel. And I don't have any money, so yeah, stop by my next auction. Help me out. I'd appreciate it. To be honest, when I have this next auction, I don't know. It might be a while before I have another one. I want to see what happens, but just not going to have the time like I do now. SGT's melting some copper. Melting some copper. Yeah, I need to get some more. I've got that one piece I screwed up when I forgot to. Well, I didn't forget. I actually did it on purpose because every time I did silver in it, it worked fine. The pins on the flask, they were so tight to close it, it never popped open on me. But having like 15 ounces of copper is a lot heavier than, 5 ounces of silver. So it ended up leaking all out. And it looks dirty too. It's like I need to clean it all up now. That was the piece. That's what ended up happening there. And I can't even get it into a crucible now. So I need to cut it in half and clean it up. I do have this little bar that I poured a while back just to have smaller pieces. But I do need to, I do have a bunch of brass too. Did you guys be in the brass pours? I've never worked with brass before, but I've got 30, either anywhere from like 32 to 34 ounces, I think, each. 5 of those bars. Also, I was thinking about maybe like Nordic gold, because isn't that brass and copper and something else? I have to look into that. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Am I taking the badge off of me? I feel like that's from a song, but I don't. It's not ringing a bell. It's getting dark. Something, man. It's like right there. Like I feel like that's a song. Do you have a worn down crucible? I'm curious, how worn do you let it get before tossing it? No, I haven't I haven't really got there yet. I will say that I have done copper and silver in this 2 auto. The copper looks way worse than the silver, and I've poured less in the copper. But I've only done, I think, 2 or 3 copper pours in that, and maybe like 4 or 5 silver pours. But they still look like they're in decent shape to me. But yeah, I get nervous too, man. I'm not really positive on it. I should be keeping a little bit better track of how many times I'm using these things. That'd probably make more sense. But I'm so used to those crucibles, the salamanders and the gas, man. I poured hundreds of ounces in those things. I guarantee I did break out a new one. And the old one I probably could have kept using, but it was getting a little pitted on the inside, and it looked like it was kind of getting to a point where it might like flake off, and I didn't want that to get into the silver, so I replaced it. And yeah, I mean, I've probably poured 100 pours in that first one, at least over 100 pours. So that is a big difference when it comes to the gas and the electric. Now you can get the regular ones too, the not the salamanders. The ones that are not salamanders don't last as long. So this is a copper one. This one actually got chipped at one point, but it still works. I started using this for copper, but that's what a salamander looks like, and it'll stay like this. It never really gets like that. With silver, it still looks like this. Actually, it's probably in my furnace. That's the new one though. So that's a new one. I've probably done 15 pours with this. So the inside will start to get a little bit pitted. The outside looks good. Now this one, I only use this a few times. That's just the regular cheap ones you can buy on Amazon. Look at this bad boy. That thing is tore up. When they start getting like this, I definitely don't want to take a chance. I think there's another one somewhere. That's the other silver one. So this is the silver one I used for over 100 pours. Look at this thing. The inside isn't great, but they last forever. I finally stuck a sticker on this the other day. No, the other week. It's been a couple weeks, but it's like, damn, I should have did that a long time ago. Knocking on heaven's door. Oh, okay. That's exactly what I was thinking of too when I was reading It's Getting Dark. I couldn't put it to a song. I was thinking of Guns N' Roses though. I don't even want to experience a crucible failure. Yeah, I've seen it happen quite a few times, and I don't want to experience it myself. I sure as hell don't want to have to pull all that stuff out of the bottom of the, like, what do you do at that point? If the bottom breaks out while it's in the furnace. I think a lot of times what happens is once you pull it out of the furnace, they tend to break. I've seen that happen with other people, but I've also heard that they break in it, so I don't know. I don't know which happens more. But it's crazy, man, when with the 2 auto furnace, with the crucible, or maybe that was the other one I bought. That was the one I bought afterwards. But it was a 2 auto brand. It said like after 8 hours of use, that's pretty much beat. And that sucks. That sucks a lot. OC, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping in. Three D Woodworks, what's going on, brother? Yeah, that's definitely not going to be fun. I can tell you that much. I guess I'll just wait to see what happens with it. If it starts kind of looking pitted and it's getting thin, you know what would be a good idea? Actually, I don't even know if that would work because, you know, one of those things that gauges how thick something is. I guess you'd have to like draw a line on it. I do have one, but that's flat. You'd have to get one that's almost like this that can pinch. So it could like pinch in here, and you can pull it out and figure out where it was to see how thick it is. Because I know that's the problem. They get thin. Oh, did I miss something? Where are we at? From what I'm told, you want to immediately turn it over when you're sand or something. That won't light a fire. Oh, that won't light on fire. Leave it on. Oh, you talking about the furnace? Okay, yeah. You know that sounds right. I feel like I've heard that too. And just let it all drip out. Man, I really don't want to have to do that one day. I hope that never happens. You know, I've poured for years hundreds and hundreds of ounces of silver, probably close to 100 ounces of copper, but that was all on gas. So this whole experience with the 2 auto is a totally different animal. Lots to learn. But that's why I like to go live on Thursdays and bring you guys along in the process, because, you know, if I do make a mistake, which I have a few times, you know, you can learn from my mistake. No, it's not Thursday. It's Tuesday. I just felt like going live because I have a snowstorm going on outside. It's dark now, though. Allison Silverland, what's going on? Hello. One of my first ever subscribers. How have you been? Hope you and your family are doing well. Uh-oh, Seven's got a package. Got to get into that. Don't be like me and wait 2 years before you open your packages. I finally got through. Actually, no, I still got a couple more packages, to be honest. I probably should finish that up, too. I still got mail from like 2 years ago. I'd never opened on camera. I feel kind of bad about that, but I feel like it's been so long now. Every time I try to make a video like showing that stuff, I feel like an asshole. Excuse my language. I don't know. I took a 2-year break for a while there and just didn't really do much of anything on YouTube. So it is what it is. I'm back. Better late than never, right? Make us a short, Seven. She'll probably make a video and a short. Doug, what's going on? Melt it. Melt it all. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually not melting anything today, but I do appreciate that. It's snowing outside. I could probably do something in here, but bringing it from upstairs where I do all the molds and everything to out here with it snowing, I just don't want to deal with that. Not like I can't cover it, but just wanted to hang out with you guys, see what everybody's up to. I missed the Thursday. I got last Thursday I was here, but the Thursday before I missed that. And I quit doing the Tuesdays. I used to do Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I quit doing that a while ago. And I like hanging out with you guys. So my daughter has a friend over, and then they left. So I'm just sitting home bored. They're probably frolicking out in the snow right now. Muscle Show? Yeah, you were one of the first, too. When I started in 2020, I'm pretty sure we were subscribed to each other. All the more reason to open those packages. Well, a lot of that stuff I got like through like auctions and buying stuff from people. So I have opened them up to look in them to know that I got what I was supposed to get. But then they sat on the shelf for 2 years. And now it's been 3 years because I've been back for almost a year. That's crazy that I'm even saying that. I've been back for almost a year. I don't know when it was I came back. March? April. Might have been April. And it's been a lot of fun, man. We're almost to 2,000 subscribers. That's cool. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me in the live streams and stopping by the auctions, and anybody that's willing to spend a little bit of money with me. I really appreciate it. It's been kind of getting me through, and it does mean a lot. It was a lot of work getting that first 100. That's one thing I'll never forget. Trying to get that first 100. Whew. That was months of agonizing pain. Because all you're trying to do is get out there and make yourself known. Because I never had the channel where I'd even talk to people before. I was under my name. So I knew of people, but they didn't know me as Capital Currency. So it was like kind of like starting all over again and trying to put myself out there. Yeah, everybody go check out 7 Stacks. I feel like everybody here is subscribed. Anybody wants to drop their link, please feel free. You pick up one of the MAGA bulletproof vests. Only 45, 47 minted. Oh, I saw those. Those are cool. Man, I'd like to get one. You got lucky number 7? Uh-oh, SGT. That's nice. I did see that, man. I was like, that'd be cool. I think that was way out of my price range. I haven't bought anything in so long. The only thing I really buy is either something to do giveaways with or to melt. Over 20 years old. Your channel's over 20 years old? Dang. I know you've been around a while. I didn't know it was 20 years. Has YouTube been around 20 years? I've been missing out. I remember, I think I found YouTube in like, man, probably was around 2005. 6, maybe, something like that. I don't know. Man, it's crazy how time flies like that. And you have kids and it flies by even faster. We'll be pouring full force in a few weeks. Letting the weather warm up. Yeah, man, it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks trying to pour in the cold. I don't like doing it in 100 degrees either, especially in Maryland. It's a sweat fest. And then, you know, I wear, if I got shorts and a t-shirt on, I'm not gonna, maybe with the electric furnace I feel a little bit more comfortable with. But with the gas furnace and it being so hot and everything glowing red and moving to this, sitting it down, picking it up, there's just too many things that can go wrong. So I always wear leather from head to toe. And a lot of times I'm sweating to death before I even put that stuff on. So the summer sucks. But when it's like freezing outside, that's not fun either. The heater I have in here is a little electric heater because I had a kerosene heater and I put a new wick on it and it worked fine for like 4 or 5 hours. And then all of a sudden it started burning up and I wasn't in here when it happened. So the whole shed filled up with smoke. I come out, I turn it off, open the doors up, put a fan on to blow it all through. And there was a layer of soot on top of everything in this shed. And there's a lot of stuff in this shed. It took me months to clean all that stuff off. And I can still pull stuff out that has soot on top of it. Blitzstream Barnacles, what's going on? Good evening. SGT says, I was hoping for number 24, but 7 is nice too. Is 24 your number, SGT? OC Stacker says, I just picked up 47 Reckless Trump round. That's pretty cool. I don't have any Trump rounds. Then again, if I have any rounds, I'm probably going to melt them anyway. Awesome 3D. He's good people. For anybody that doesn't No. Anybody that wants to drop their link, feel free. I'm all about community here. I will never tell anybody not to do something like that. If you have a giveaway going on and you want to mention it, I went to somebody's channel when I was still trying to get that first 100 actually. Couch Collectibles, I think that's who it was. I went over to his live stream and was trying to tell him about my giveaway because I wanted him to get into it. And he got on me. He was like, "No, we don't do that here. Don't come over in my channel and telling people about your giveaway." I was like, "Okay, whatever." I vowed that day that I would never do that to somebody. You pour in your garage. Yeah, at least in the garage you could put like a window unit air conditioner. That will work out. I've definitely poured over 90 outside in the shade. But man, when it gets over 90, it sucks. It's no bueno. Oh, you got number 47? That's freaking awesome. I thought you were saying that it was like number 47, Reckless Trump Brown. Like that's what it was called. Getting number 47. That's awesome. Or 45. Pretty cool. You know, you guys remember I was trying to sell that Stormtrooper bar that I had? And it was in that protective case and all that. It was like a glass kind of plexiglass, I would imagine, plastic kind of thing. I don't know. But I didn't realize that it was serial numbered. I knew there was only 2,000 of them, but I didn't realize on the side because I never opened it. I even kept the original packaging that was in between the magnets in it. And I sold it to Lady Braven, and she was so glad when she got it. She was like, "Thank you so much." It's whatever number, I don't know what number it is, but it was a low number of 2,000. I think it was like in the 40s maybe or the 30s. And she was like, "Thank you so much." And she started telling me about how that was the number that Boba Fett or somebody or whatever, I don't know, the number made sense to her in the movie. And I was like, dang, I didn't even know it had a number. So she was pretty ecstatic to get that. And I was happy it went to a good home. To be honest, I really do like any kind of pour or coin or bar that has to do with Star Wars. But the movies, I don't know. I've never really got into them. Especially like for me, it's kind of hard to watch old movies. Like if I see like an old movie from the 80s, like I'm just not into it. It's hard for me to get into old movies. Except for A Christmas Story. Like that's the one older movie that I like. And that's not even that old, but yeah, you know, those effects back then, it's just hard to watch. So I've never really got into it because, like, as a kid, I never really watched it. I mean, I saw it on TV. You know, I know that I've come across it, but I never sat down and just watched the whole movie start to finish. So I never really got into it. I dropped a link once. It broke into a million pieces. I'm still sweeping it up. A link or what? What do you mean? What's the link? Oh, you dropped the link like, yeah, what kind of link? I mean, I know what you're doing. I know, it's funny, but I don't know what link you mean. It's already in the deep stack. Yeah, that sounds like one. I used to have a deep stack. It happens. What? Shit. Oh man, you just stepped in shit. Yep, it happens. You couldn't get into Star Wars either. And there's a pour that I did, man. Did you pick that up, right, SGT? Wasn't that you? The little Vader? I want to do another one of those, but because I like it. I think it's a cool pour. Actually, I found there's somebody else did that same pour. I can't remember who that was. I did see that on another channel one time. He was saying that he could pour some more of them. So I haven't really done another one since. It was just one of those 3D prints I got off the internet that was free. So I guess he did the same thing I did. Your nephew loves it. Everything Star Wars themed. I used to have Star Wars sheets, but I never even watched the movie. When I was a kid, I'm pretty sure I had Star Wars sheets at one point. That's nice of you, Titan. I have a copper Star Wars Mandalorian. It's a big old round. I think it weighs like 5 ounces. That'll be in the next auction. I actually had that in the last auction. It's weird, man. The Star Wars stuff I thought would do good, but usually it takes a couple auctions for it to go. So I don't know. I might be done with that kind of stuff. I thought about maybe trying to do one in silver, but that's heavy. That's probably 8 ounces in silver. I can't remember what it is in copper. I'm not sure. It just feels like if that was going to be silver, maybe 6 or 7, maybe 6 ounces. You think you still have it? Maybe you don't. Sound like me. I got that. Oh wait, no, I probably don't. I've went through trying to do the pouring thing and having things, other stuff, you know. I've sold probably 70% of my stack. Koi fish is cool. 3D. I was looking for a koi fish at one point. I never found anything though. I need to learn how to. I'm just so bad with technology, period. I would really love to take some kind of class or have somebody show me. I'd be willing to pay how to use those systems where you can kind of like make your own stuff up. Like you put a picture into it somehow, and like the laptop. Like she even has a laptop where you can use the stylus thing on it, and that's what you do. And you click on certain things and you use the stylus to kind of pull it out a little bit to make it 3D. So you take a picture and you just kind of pull little pieces up here and there until it ends up 3D, and then you throw that to the 3D printer or to Cura, I guess the Cura. That's what I use, and then put it on the printer. But everything I poured, I either found on the internet and printed it myself, or I bought some. I got a few of the Buffalo Bullion designs, which I really love his work. I'd like to talk to him again to get some more pieces. And then Michael did a couple for me. Everything else I printed. And then other than that, it's stuff that I bought. I'm always on the lookout. Anytime I go anywhere, I'm like, I can make a copy of that. As a matter of fact, I've been told many times, you say you can make a copy of everything all the time. Why is everything always about making a copy? Leave me alone, woman. That's what I do. Now, I do have a fish. Well, it's not a fish. I have a shark that I printed, but it's kind of small. I think if I was going to do it and try to make it a print, I'd have to do it a little bit bigger. But the way the fins are, I don't know if I could pull it off, because the fins kind of go in one way or out one way, but then the mouth kind of goes in another way. And it's almost like I would have to fill in the mouth and then take a Dremel and like cut the mouth out. I think that's the only way I'd be able to pull it off, because doing it from the side, it's just not going to work. I'd have to do it from the top and the bottom. And then also, because I didn't do any kind of underneath, I forgot what that's called, when you put you start building up the 3D print underneath of it, and then you break that off after it's done. I didn't do that, so the bottom of it looked a little weird anyhow. And when you make things smaller than they're originally supposed to be, things tend to get weird anyway. So that is something I kind of learned with the whole 3D printing process. SGT says I'm slowly replenishing my stack. Nice. I'll get there at some point. Hopefully everything falls off the face of the earth before I do that, because everything is pretty expensive right now. But I'll be honest, man, we might not see silver go below 30 again. Can I pick her up? What? I think I'm gonna have to go pick up my daughter. I want to start doing investment casting, SGT says. Nice. There's a bunch of statues I'd love to have in silver. Like a big bass ripping through the weeds. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm a bass fisherman. I love bass. That would be cool. For sure. Yeah, there's a lot of investment castings I'd like to do, man. So many. I'd love to get into it. What are we looking at? About $3,000 to get started? To get all the everything? The equipment? Bellows Forge, good evening. How you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. I guess my daughter doesn't want to walk back out through the snow. She's at her friend's house. So when I went out, I tried to, I moved all the snow, and that's what it looks like now. It's like another inch just since I've been in here talking to you guys. What's that? Almost an hour. I got about another inch. I was about 3 inches when I shoveled it. So yeah, man, that door open kind of sucks. I guess she can't walk through a couple inches of snow. Should I teach her a lesson? Wants me to go pick her up. What? That's gonna be more of a pain in the butt to go pick her up than it is for her to just walk home. She's literally like a block away. $2K, $3K, yeah. 2,300 or probably 2,500. You know, it might be a little bit more close to it. I mean, the one machine is like $700. That's the cheapest I found it. Then again, you don't need to get a furnace, so that's something you don't have to necessarily. I mean, unless you want the furnace that most people use for it, which is that stainless steel, which is about $600-700 as well. I think I found that one for $6 one time. A little tabletop. But then you got to get a furnace for melting out the wax. Then you got to get a printer to print the wax, unless you have somebody else do that for you. So yeah, it's got to be 2,500 for everything. Because then you got to get the wax, then you got to get the plaster, whatever that's called. I don't even know what you call that thing. The thing with the holes in it as you put the piece in. Is that called a flask? I guess that's still a flask. We had to walk when we were kids. That's what I'm talking about. It's just weird because her mom texts me, not her. So I'm like, what? What is happening right now? I probably should get off here and call her and see what the hell's going on. Hopefully something didn't happen. Yeah, tighten out. You know, I probably should do that, huh? Man, she's a teenager now. She's got to learn how to fend for herself every now and again, though. You know what I mean? I'm just messing around. I guess I'll get off here. We've been on here for an hour. I was thinking maybe a half hour to an hour I'd hang out with you guys. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. We got 20 likes. That's awesome. I do appreciate you guys double tapping the screen. And definitely, we'll see you on Thursday unless there's a bunch of snow. Oh, that's another video I'm going to be doing too. I got a 28-inch Brickstone. Brickstone? Is that what it's called? Like that hibachi type of grill. I don't know why I'm like lost for words with this thing. She ordered one in, and it's been sitting in the kitchen in the box for a while because I need to put it together. But I wanted to make a video of putting it together and seasoning it for the first time, because man, those videos got a lot of views, and I figured maybe I'm going to branch out a little bit. You know, maybe we can get some people to watch some commercials on that. You know what I mean? Got to branch out a little bit. It's nearly midnight there. Uh-oh. All right, yeah, I'm about to end this live, so I appreciate you guys hanging out. It's always a lot of fun. Blackstone, yeah, that's what it is. Broke Stacker, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping by. So yeah, it's not the big one, 28 inch. It's only got 2 burners. They do make them with 4 burners as well. But for anything I'm trying to do, she wants to do the smash burgers, but I kind of like my burger thick and a little bit not all the way done on the inside. I mean done, but like, you know, not bleeding or anything, but a little bit almost pinkish. And a smash burger, I feel like they get crispy and it's like they're thin. So I don't know. I mean, I'll try it. I'll try anything once, you know. Well, almost anything. Let's be clear. But yeah, that should be fun to mess with, and then maybe I can do some cooking videos on it as I learn it. You know what I mean? But anyway, I got to get off here. Let me go see what the daughter needs. I might just, you know what I should do is just walk down there and pick her up and hold her hand to walk back and tell her my truck didn't start. That'll teach her. I'm just messing around. Anyway, guys, I do appreciate y'all. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you guys on Thursday, unless there's like a foot of snow on the ground, but hopefully there won't be. Shouldn't be. But other than that, I might pop on and do some coin roll hunting soon, because that's always fun. But keep an eye out for videos and shorts. Anytime you can stop by and shoot you know, stamp. What am I saying? Smash the like. Anytime you can stop by and smash the like button for me, I do appreciate it. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.